Hey guys, today I want to talk about unity. And yes, I'm naked, but you can't see it. You can't see it. You can't see the holy picture. Because a holy picture is 100% of my body. And you don't know what the math means. Because education is fleeting when you have no memory. So, whatever you learned mathematically in first, second, and third grade is gone. Because you don't know how to use it in the real world. And those are the most important grades, because those are the grades that we learn how to add and subtract, multiply and divide things. And right now, as it stands, math has been used against you. And second grade math, no less, has been used against us all together as a unit to make our brains lesser. That means we've been reduced, and that's a 2, my friends, on the left. Deuces are 2s. So, when you think left, because you've been reduced left by the language and the math, because they've been divided into 2 elements, you can't think Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It's a mathematical term. It means 33.3% times 3 of your brain not being holy. There's a decimal point where your third eye is. It's a dot. It's a point. Decimal point. That's why they use the word point. Point. Point at it. It's right there. It's your pineal gland. It's right in the center of 2 lobes. Okay. So, when you jack into the system, you cause unity with the system. It's the mothership. You cause unity in the mothership, right? And mother agrees because the wind has started to blow. She's cheering me on. The mothership has a consciousness. The wind starts to blow when I go outside and certain sounds I make, and anyway, it's like the mothership on Prometheus, okay? And when you're an engineer, a holy engineer, and your brain is working like a 23, you know what the root of the tree means. You know what I mean? You know what these things mean because your E and A, your 6 and 9 are functioning properly. It's like a V motor. Let's correlate it. The 2 R's means man in the mirror, the reflection of yourself. That's why I talk to myself in the mirror like this, because you become me. You become me, and you start to think in mathematical and letters. And the math is the language, okay? Don't divide it like the dollar bills tell you to. Don't do that. That reduces the mind when you divide it. So, they're using the math against you. The commercials, everything to sell you something divides your mind. It's mind control. But it's not just the government that's doing it. It's everybody that gets all up in your grill, in your gold grill, and starts talking. They're talking and they're not saying anything. They're trying to sell themselves to you, okay? So, today, this is the only way that we're going to win our government back. We have to get it back. We have to get these guys under control. And there's a C in control. Yeah, I'm talking down to you. Because I need to talk down to you, and you need to look up to me right now. And here's why. Because in Russia, there's a guy he's Jesus Christ. And you know where that story goes. They divided him on a cross. His positivity was cut short. So, T is a 2 and C is a 3. 23, 32. Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like a train. Alright? We only have two sides of our body, you know? It's in the hieroglyphs, in the weapons of mass destruction hieroglyphs, you know, from Iraq, Sumeria. Time is not on a clock. It's a ball of time-space. And you gotta know how your time is being divided. You have to, it's like a Rubik's Cube. Do you remember those? Wow, your brain works like a Rubik's Cube. How do you divide the time? Now, let's talk about multiplication and positivity. Because when we're positive, we send out a positive signal, and that's what makes us blessed. Blessed to know what a 2 and a 3 is. Okay? So, yeah, I'm trying to reprogram you to make you go right, and that's 3 high. So all these staged attacks, it's all stagery. It's all like a big, giant, ridiculous show. Third Reich, that's 3 high. Listen, when you do these things outside, it's a powerful thing. So of course it wants to be, somebody wants to demonize these things so you don't put your hands up in the air, okay? That's the point. It's all of them. The point is, when you put your hands up in the air, God sees you. And He starts to look at you. And you do it consistently, you start to see things happening around you. And that's the problem. So they're staging incidents so nobody takes the power away from them. The power doesn't have to be white. The only thing that's white about the power is that it comes from the white heat from the sun. That's what they don't want you to know. Now, I've harnessed it. And my life, independently, is blessed and my cup overfilleth. And now I'm trying to share the codes with you, and there's a C in code, and you have to be able to see it. Gucci Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Gucci Gucci. You have to be able to see this stuff without getting distracted by the left. The left brain is the dark side. The right brain is the right side. It's the white light side. We all have it. It doesn't matter. God doesn't have a race. That's why they're trying to fuck your mind up. They're trying to confuse you. Confucius say, confuse the populace, confuse the masses, so they can't figure out what these things mean. Because I know how to fly. And it's scary. It's scary to police officers. So they're trying to do this on purpose to confuse you guys and make you think left when you need to be thinking right. Down is 6 feet under. Any numbers, any language, any combination of figures that are divisible by 2. If you're a square, that means you're 4 sides. 4 points and 4 sides, it means you're divisible by 2. You want to be a triangle. It's real hard to divide by 2. So, it confuses the snake they call split tongues in the Garden of Eden. All of those letters in all those words that I just said have a mathematical value. And yes, I'm coming down from engineering and I have jacked into the system. And now the music, I'm so jacked in, it's freakish. It's amazingly freakish because it scares haters to death. One guy that was looking for dick in the shower at the gym the other day just fell flat on his face and started growling every time I spoke. I had to get away from him to save his life. He was looking for number 2. He found it. I'm 3. I don't roll like that. No more. I've changed for the good. And you guys need to change for the good too. I wouldn't complain about Trump anymore. It's all intentional. It's made as propaganda, just like they did in Nazi Germany. They knew that the swastika is a ball of time-space. It's 3D. The swastika is 3D, and it's a powerful thing. And when you put it right in front of the sun, or you actually adapt it to how you think, it's a powerful thing. And there's directions on it. And if you spin it or you invert it, it changes directions. You have to know how to do this stuff with your mind, and you take control of things, the physical world outside. They don't want you to know this because you become more powerful. You can only do it from the righteous mind, and that's the connection with God. God exists, I'm telling you, and He's inside of me. And He's trying to tell you guys something. There's a message. It's a messenger service. I've jacked into it. It's all about angels and angelism. It was all on the Iraqi, the Sumerian hieroglyphs. It's how our brains work. And when we think in unison, like at the gym, I'm doing these things. It's amazing, but some haters are scared of it, and they don't want it. But it's too late. We have to do these things. We have to unify, because if we don't, it's the end of our reality, and you're going to have to buy virtual reality, and that's not as good as the real thing. I can guarantee you, God gave me a life that you can't compare to a computer-generated mechanism. It's already one. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Those are 3. That's the tree. And when you get angels talking to you, you order up some C. Okay? So let me show you. Good music happens to wake up your mind. Why would I stop? We're doing this, with or without you haters. Flying like a condor. I am who you're trying for. I think not. Push up, stay hot. The coops got no roots. Forever they stay dropped. Me, I'm paid. I'm all. I'm confident. I'm all. Yeah, I'm paid. I'm all. I'm confident. I'm all. This is a pure. Message. No mess. This is high frequency prayer. We're gonna do this. Good music. conquer this shit. We have to unify, folks. Got it?
Gary, are you still asleep?
Gary?
Nightmare. Well, we were at this bizarre house party and there was this man wearing a pig's head.
A pig's head.
Gary, wake up. Look over here.
The nightmares never end at Universal Orlando.
We're gonna get the pig.
Select nights September 15th.
That's a commercial.
Experience Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Everybody's
Saw
afraid of the
FX's
pig.
American Horror Story. Get your tickets today at HalloweenHorrorNights.com. Restrictions apply and not recommended for children under 13.
Not recommended for
If
children.
you're living
under
with HIV, don't just
Are you
listen to
living
my
with HIV?
Come bring your own to a local live event where you can hear from peers and experts on how they've raised their
It's
voice
all
and how you can
happening.
too. An HIV event
Might
this
as well
inspiring
get
doesn't
on
come to
board
Miami
with
every
it.
day.
Hijack.
It's on October 26th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Adrian Arts Center for the Performing Arts. Join us for sessions,
6:30
workshops, and exhibits.
to 8:30.
Reserve your spot today. Call 1-844-682-7234. Then join the conversation. Food will be available. This event is proudly sponsored by ViiV Healthcare.
ViiV. There's other messages going on.
There's a pyramid of power with eyes like you see it all. Cameras that capture your image at City Hall. Realize and listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all. There's no army that bands against bands of difference and bands determining like a mankind. Things are this out with green papers, green colors bleeding in streets with cheap paper. I sit with the masses, the plastic compound, realign when the shit gets drastic. Let the pale when the system's a mess. It's just another pyramid scheme. I'm a ranking. With the power, the charge, Jurassic. National T-Rex with covert tactics. Lies on the action, get back to Atlas.
Bring the madness.
There's a pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. And cameras that capture your image at City Hall. Realize and listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to you.
There's no army that bands against bands of difference and bands determining like a mankind. Things are this out with green papers. Green guys bleeding in streets like cheap paper. Bring the madness.
It's just another pyramid scheme of government madness. So bring the madness, folks. It's time to get crazy. And do you know what happens when you part a red sea? Red means right, and red means love, not stop. Don't stop. Righteous love is a C. That means Christ. This concludes another broadcast and programming day. Please enjoy the program, because I'm here to bring the madness. Ciao.